As many of you watching this already know, on July 18th, the anime studio Kyoto Animation was attacked by an arson who set fire to the studio, trapping several employees inside. Over 33 people were pronounced dead or missing. Since then, the studio has weighed heavily on my daily thoughts. I find myself thinking on all the animes the studio produced that meant so much to me. I remember watching Kyoani and Dragon's Maid, and how heartwarming they made me feel. And how much I rewatched several skits from Nichijou over and over again because they never failed to crack me up. I've kept my thoughts on this entire ordeal mostly to myself. Of course, I told those around me with interest in anime about the fire, if they didn't already know. Not including the other Boiz though, most didn't share the same sense of loss, at least outwardly. I often joke to my friends that a lot of the anime I watch is garbage. I've always been extremely non-critical of anime. I often see lists like, top 10 tropes I hate in anime, and that is fine for the people who make those kind of lists. I know they make those lists because they want to see the medium they love improve in their own way. But from my personal perspective, I feel the idea of removing those weird, quirky, cringy tropes is the first step in trying to turn anime into every other show on TV, and I don't really like that idea. I embrace the tropes that we would never see in other medium. No matter how lewd, or weird, or shocking, or awkward, or hilarious, or endearing. Anime is my hobby I enjoy for its own sake, rather than any superficial standards of quality I have mentally placed upon it, like I do with every other medium I consume. Standards that must be met, or face the wrath of my disappointment. I don't know if it's even appropriate for me to feel this stoic for Kyoto Animation for as long as I have. Thinking about this, I can't help but compare this to another tragedy that happened recently that I felt strongly towards.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We're talking about one of the great symbols of Paris and all of Western civilization. It is still standing this morning after a fire that nearly destroyed it. Flames brought down the spire and much of the roof at Notre Dame Cathedral yesterday.
On April 15th of this year, Notre Dame had caught fire. Upon researching this video, I discovered most, if not all, the relics were saved, and the building was saved from completely being wiped out. So these were all things I discovered within the past week. Prior I had thought it had been completely lost, as were all the invaluable relics and artifacts. Much like the people around me, the news of Notre Dame was shocking and it hurt. I understood the loss of this building was massive. In my head I thought, somewhere there were many people who were crying over the loss of this beautiful cathedral that had existed much longer than their grandfather's grandfather. Such an important piece of religion and history, yet I did not feel that same sense of loss as I am feeling with Kyoto Animation, because even though I know Notre Dame is invaluable, it is not a place that has ever connected to me personally. Even though it has survived the fire, I will never get to see it with my own eyes, and I simply am capable of fully grasping the respect I know it truly deserves. Yet here I am, sighing heavily and feeling a weight of loss for a studio I know very little about other than the shows they created. I know the anime industry is plagued with inhumane crunch times and unfair wages, but I also know Kyoto Animation is an exception, treating their employees like humans and gave them reasonable hours and fair pay. Will Kyoto Animation reopen in a new location? I don't know. I doubt even those far more knowledgeable of the company and research about this event even know this early, but I will hold out hope that they will. If they do open again, however, this has forever changed the studio. If they ever make anime again, for better or for worse, there is no denying that the anime will never be the same. I love anime. I love so many of the shows created by Kyoto Studios, and to hear so many of the artists pass away hurts to think about. If you feel as strongly about this event as I do, there is a fundraiser by Sentai Filmworks to show your support. I've donated myself and I recommend checking it out. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts I've kept to myself. I might encourage the other Owlboys to post a podcast soon with more uplifting discussion of some of our favorite moments from various animes made by the studio. Right now there are some changes going on for the Owlboys, so posts may seem sporadic for a little while, but I'll do what I can to make sure something gets posted regularly. Anyway, until next time guys, that's Owl for now.